Hello, people. How are you today? So we're here again, and it's Juvenile and myself, Uncle Bruce, and we're going to talk about an interesting topic, something that affects everybody, and it's talking about the work week. How are you doing, Juvenile?
I'm good. I'm good, Bruce. Thanks for asking. Hello, everybody. Good
So
to be here again.
I'm going to share my screen with everybody here. So let me get my screen ready here. And here's the topic here. Good. And so I'll share my screen here. To share. And here and here. Okay, so it's talking about Greece introducing the growth-oriented 6-day working week. So
Yes.
that's something that I don't think I would like. How about you?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting because in the beginning of my career, I started to work in this kind of regime, labor regime.
Uh-huh.
So it's not new for me, but it's something I think in Brazil we still have a 44 week.
The 44-hour
Uh,
work week.
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 40.
Uh,
You guys are not 40?
yeah, I'm trying to. No, I think it's 40, but for a retail segment and another kind of segment that used to work on Saturdays, I think it's 44. I'm not sure. I'm not
Okay.
sure. But anyway, it's something that, in the case of Greece, is something that is going against the common sense or the normal situation we have now, and maybe after the pandemic.
Okay. Well, here's in the smaller print here. It says pro-business government says measure is needed due to shrinking population and shortage of skilled workers. So that's the
Exactly.
reason for implementing this change. And it actually starts Monday next week. It's already law, man. It's already law.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's kind of crazy.
Short.
It's like, man, let me go to
It's
another
a
country.
it's a short time to adapt.
It is. It is. But I think
Yeah, yeah.
they've already introduced some other legislature, and it's already passed. It's already law. But this is a big change here to work 6 days a week. But it's not for everybody. It's for private businesses that work 24-hour operations, is what they were
Hmm.
indicating. But I'm sure it's going to bleed over. It's the expression we say, bleed over into other segments of the industries and everybody else because the companies see, oh, this is a great opportunity. So
Yeah, it's something very controversial because and it's very interesting because I saw this in Brazil as well. So the point is, in a at a one side, there are the trade union or the union trade,
yeah, well,
union
union trade,
trade,
they're
the union
trade unions.
trade.
Mhm.
Yeah, that says that okay, this is an opportunity for companies to have employees working more, but avoiding to pay overtime. So people working more without or to have less workers or hiring less workers.
Mhm. Well, one thing
So
they said that this is not fair to the unemployed. The people who are unemployed already in Greece, it's
mhm,
that they should have the opportunity to get a job. But with a job, with an employee comes benefits, the cost of benefits for the employee. It's not only the salary, but like here in Brazil, an employer needs
mhm.
to pay 13 salaries, not 12. 12 is the number of months, but they get one extra salary, like a bonus, automatic bonus. In the United
Yeah,
States, this would not work. The United States,
yeah.
no, no, no. It's like,
It's
I'm not paying extra
13.
money.
It's 13.33. or salaries
I didn't
to
know that. I
be
thought it was
to
only
be
one extra
specific.
salary. It's 0.33 more, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So yeah, in different countries, it's different labor laws and different ways of handling the workers, the employees. So this idea of having a 13 salary is a big um, dissuasion. It's like they don't want to do it. The companies in the United States,
Mhm.
to give an automatic bonus. No, bonus comes when you work and you achieve a certain level of productivity. And so, that wouldn't work in the United States very well. That's not the way they do it. So the idea is that they're going 6 days because of lack of workers and qualified workers. Okay. But in other countries,
Yes.
in the UK, in Germany, Japan, South Africa, Canada, Iceland, these countries have already adopted a 4-day work week for some people. Not everybody. I don't think it's across the board, So
Mhm.
I think that they're doing it where they can because they can't do it everywhere. They need workers 5 days, 6 days a week, so they have to balance when the people can work. So if they work for 10 days for 4 days, that's 40 hours that they've worked. But in Brazil, you say it's 44.13 or 44.3?
Yes.
Or no, 44.
44.
Okay, so the 0.3 is for the 13th
Mhm.
salary.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like you said, it's contrary. It goes against the grain of the way that the other countries are planning their economies and planning their employment requirements for people to work a regular job. Because in the United States, and I think it's everywhere, you have full time and you have part time. Well, part time is
Mhm.
with X number of hours. Okay, you have to have at least, I think, 25 hours to be considered part time, and that depends on your that provides you with some money if you become unemployed. If they say, well, we don't have any more work for you, sorry. So then you can petition, you can ask the government for assistance, financial assistance, because you pay
Mhm.
into this plan every paycheck. Some money goes into that plan to provide funds and money for people who become unemployed without work.
Yes, yes, for sure. I think in Brazil, for example, there is no flexibility to hire people, as you said, in another countries like full-time, part-time. We don't have this so flexible. I remember when I worked for, my previous, the last company I worked for, and the segment was financial services, mainly in airports and stores inside malls, because we sell currencies. Okay,
Was it soccer?
for no, I worked for Travelex.
Travelex, okay.
Yeah, yeah, and for example, when you work inside airports, you have a crazy schedule, because it depends on the departures or the arrivals of some flights, and sometimes you have depends on the airport, of course, busy hours, or
Oh, hours.
yes, exactly. So this is the point. In UK, for example, my my peer there had the flexibility to hire some people to work at morning and after at night. The
Mhm.
same employee.
Oh,
It's
so like that,
possible.
that worker was
Yeah,
working 2 or 3 hours in the morning, and then they would go home, take a break, and then they would come
yeah,
back
yeah,
later and work for 2 or 3 more hours.
yeah.
We
It's
can't do
possible
that
to
here.
break. No,
Why not?
it's our
Labor
labor
laws, labor
labor
laws.
law, so it's not possible. You have you have to work in a continuous schedule.
Mhm.
It's not possible to break in other pieces, you know.
Mhm.
So, and it's very interesting because for them was very easy to plan how many people would be necessary to run a business into an airport like Heathrow, for example,
Mhm.
which is very, very, you know,
Very
it's
busy.
a huge airport, a huge business. And for us here in Guarulhos, was very difficult to handle this because sometimes it was necessary to ride more people than we really need at a certain hours.
Mhm.
So, man,
Okay.
it's crazy.
Well, they also indicated I guess it's a basic salary. Here it's what, 1,400 reais, more or less.
Yes,
What's the
something
minimum
like that.
salary here?
Yeah, yeah.
So there it's 900 euros.
Hmm.
So, but they say that they have a Bulgarian salary with British prices, because everything in Great Britain, the UK, is very expensive. Okay, it's based on the sterling pound from the UK, but the
Hmm.
Bulgarian people have very low salaries. So they say our salary is like Bulgaria, which is very low, and the prices in the stores is like UK, very high. So they say that they run out of money after 20 days. So you have 30 days in a month, and after 20 days, 2/3 of the month, they're looking for more money somewhere. It's like, man, we need more money. So it's really sad. So okay, work 48 hours, we'll get you the money. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely crazy. But in the case of Greece, some aspect that I read, and it's because the lack of employees, workers, and it's mainly because of the, we can say, recent economic crisis they had to overpass.
Well, I mean,
I
it's like the
think a
world.
decade ago.
Yeah, drink for the whole world. 2008, 2009 was the financial crisis, almost like the
Hmm.
Great Depression of the 1930s. 1929, 30, 31. It was a Great Depression around the world. It wasn't only one country. No, it was around the world. And same thing with this financial crisis that we had in 2008, 2009. It was basically the same kind of thing. But it was really funny because I went back to the United States, I think in 2009. In 2008, the crisis was already big. It was big, affecting everybody. But I remember in Brazil looking all over, and there was so much construction going on. I said, there's no crisis in Brazil. It was so funny.
Yeah, we had, but and actually, it's important to say that the Greek crisis at that time was only in Europe, and in this case, the case of Greece crisis almost bring all the countries in Europe to the
I
bankruptcy.
know Greece was like a
Yeah,
really
yeah,
bad country economically,
exactly.
and Portugal was too.
Yes, yes,
Those are
but
two countries that were really talked bad about because they were in the European Union, but they were not
mhm,
doing good compared to the others. Okay. So
yeah,
Greece and Portugal were the two countries that were really low in their economy. And the other countries were having a hard time, but they were okay, more or less. So
yes.
yeah, Greece has been in trouble for a long time, and now it seems like they're in trouble again. But the president is business oriented, so he's keen. He's very intelligent about making something happen to change the way things are in his country. So he says this is a solution to our problem. We don't have the very intelligent kids because they all left to other countries back in the crisis, the financial crisis. And so he's saying, hey, we got to do something. So this is one of the solutions we're going to implement. And maybe it won't stay forever, but this is what we need to do now. So let's go. Starts Monday.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah. So, and it's very interesting because it's a way, or it's a kind of solution that the Greek government found to make the economy, to make the economy a little bit more dynamic. I don't know if it's the correct solution, but it's something that they are trying to do to read that.
Well, there are a couple of things that they could do. One is to open up their borders, okay, which is European borders, but so they'd have to consult with the European Union and get authorization. But you have a lot of people that want jobs that live in Africa and live in other parts of the Middle East. They would love to go and work in another country like Greece or other parts of the European Union to have a better life, because where they live now, it's not a good thing. So that's one possibility that I can think of, quickly. Another thing is that when it comes to productivity, it's already been shown through research that the 4-day work week gives better productivity. It gives people the ability to focus better. So when you talk about productivity, 4-day work week is a very positive thing. I think the 6-day work week is going to be the opposite.
Yeah.
It's going to be, okay, I'm working 6 days a week. I need to get paid more money, but I'm not going to be more productive. I'm too tired.
Yeah, and I was watching a TV program about travel, and it was recorded at Greece.
Oh, in Greece.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
the guy was talking about the quality level on services, travel services like restaurant, stores, or other stuff. And he said, okay, in Greece, the people here work in terms of travel, in terms of tourism, work 6 or 7 months a year, because the rest of this month is the winter, so it's difficult to receive people, and the tourism industry work well. And for me, and reading this article, for me it seems a little weird because 48 hours to work, but in terms of tourists, for example, they used to work 6-7 months, and it's enough.
Yeah, because you want more tourists to come and visit and pay money.
Yeah. And the guy said, okay, the quality level, it's a little bit weird as well, because sometimes the Greek, does not treat the tourist very well, because they have a lot of tourists at the same time. So for them, if they reach or achieve some amount of money in that season, for them it's okay, and they want to work more in terms of tourist industry again. So it's interesting.
So, I mean, it was an interesting article. I liked it because it's actually counter with what has been planned by other countries. As I mentioned, the other countries which are adopting the 4-day work week. Read about that from Iceland. They were implementing this probably about maybe a year ago. And so I'd like to see statistics about how that's playing out, how things are working for these countries that have implemented the 4-day work week, to understand if it's good or not. in the article, it did say that the research has shown that the 4-day work week provides more productivity. So,
Yes, yes.
I'd like
That
to see more information about that to really analyze it and understand it better. But the 6-day work week, no, I'm a move. I'm not going to stay there, man. Sorry about that. I can go
yeah.
anywhere in I can live and go anywhere in the European Union. Yeah, I'm going to go to another place and live because you guys are not doing right for the country. Sorry. But you know what?
Yeah.
I do want to go visit Greece this next year. I do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a good place. My wife went there a couple years ago. I didn't have the opportunity, but she says that it's beautiful, beautiful,
Hmm.
beautiful,
Well, then you have all
beautiful
the
place.
ruins of, past civilizations, so that would be cool
Hmm.
to visit too.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Anyway, yeah, there are some good experience that is happening around the world.
mhm.
And I don't know, but for example, I, 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 I have been seeing a lot of discussion about this in Brazil, which for me, it sounds crazy because, you know, I remember when I was working in that company that I mentioned before.
Mhm.
For example, our average salary compared to the others. In the case of Brazil was at that time $300. In USA, Travelex used to pay something like $700 a
Mhm.
month, and in UK was something like 1,200.
Wow.
And yeah, the lower salaries was here, Brazil, and worse than us was China and India.
Mhm.
And the point is, how we can work uh, less without some measures to improve the economy and the salary that is paid and how can I say the environment in general, the market, in order to improve and to promote growth.
Mhm.
That's the point.
Mhm.
I think it's more than the number of hours. It's about, okay, what about the economy in general? Because people have needs.
Mhm.
People
Sure.
needs to eat, to live well, you know, or at the minimal level, okay, of comfort and something like that.
Mhm.
So I think this is the
Dilemma. Yep.
dilemma to solve.
Yep. I agree. So, it's interesting to look at this article today and to think about it. I hope it never happens to Brazil that they tried to implement a 6-day work week. That would not be good. Because quality of life is more important to me. I mean, I would prefer to have more time off from work authorized than to work
Hmm.
and than to get a more money in my promotion. I prefer that. The quality of life is more
Hmm.
important to me than getting more money.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I agree with that. Uh, but again, it's necessary to solve some problems
Yep.
we
They have a
have,
big
and
problem there.
some segments, for example, like customer service
Hmm.
by phone.
Yep. Yep.
it's
Telemarketing and
it's
all that other stuff.
incredible, sometimes some cruel, to be honest, but it's another conversation.
Yes. So, guys, we appreciate you coming out today and hope you enjoyed our conversation. Hope you gained some insights about this change that's going to happen in the country of Greece, and hopefully it won't happen to Brazil. But you know, the government has to make decisions about what they should do to make changes to the economic situation of the country. So this is something that they're doing there. But again, I hope they never do it here. So appreciate you coming out. Hope to see you again next time. This is Uncle Bruce saying goodbye.
Okay, everybody, bye-bye. Good to be here again. Have a nice week.
All right. Bye-bye.